Hello, my fellow Buffy the Vampire Slayer fans. It's your girl, and you know what time it is. It's time for me to talk about Season 4, Episode 19, New Moon Rising. If you've watched any of my videos recently, you know. I'm about to crash out so crazy because in no way, shape, or form was any cell of my being prepared for New Moon Rising. From start to finish, I think my jaw was open. I had to stop the episode so many times just to stare out into the abyss and try not to have a nervous breakdown crying. It is that serious, yeah. I don't even know where to begin. Because if you've watched any of my recent Buffy videos, you know how many times I have said I think they're playing in my face with the Tara and Willow stuff, and how pissed I was gonna be when the rug gets pulled out from under me. So when I tell you I wasn't in any way prepared for it to go canon, I was in no way prepared for it to go canon. And if you have been following me for a while, even since before my Buffy videos, then you know my journey through Supernatural. You know my journey currently through 911. And in my freaking bio, I mention like my love of queer media and like subtext and that I'm a member of the queer community. There's a lot to be said about my opinions on media representation, queer baiting, and the culture around that. So, like, what do you mean a show from 2000 made a queer female couple canon? What do you mean? What do you mean that the story leading up to it, that felt like it was leading up to it, actually was leading up to it? Like, I was reading it right. They weren't playing in my face. They weren't lying to me. They weren't going to do all this obvious shit and then turn around, point and laugh and go, ha ha ha, how could you ever think that, you stupid fucking bitch? Excuse my language. But like, I wasn't aware that was an option, to be honest. I wasn't aware. And then you add in bringing back Oz in the episode that Tara and Willow go canon. There are so many ways they could have fucked this up. There are so many ways this could have pissed me off. I can't believe none of that happened. I can't. If you remember, if you recall, I was Oz's #1 fan. I was crashing the fuck out about Seth Green leaving the show. I was upset. I grieved. I made my peace with it. I was moving on. They brought him back. I'm like, I was convinced it was gonna go so terribly. Like, he was gonna come back. It was gonna blow up Willow and Tara, like, and then I thought they were gonna kill off Oz again. Every single time he's on screen, I'm like, this is it. This is the end for Oz. Even now, I thought this was it. They're gonna close that door permanently because they never want to bring Seth Green back. I've never been so happy to be wrong on multiple accounts ever in my life. I'm happily wrong. Happily miscalculated every step of this journey, because what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I haven't even gotten into my notes yet. I gotta stay on task. Okay. Whew. First of all, we start off with the gayest shit you've ever seen. Already adopting a cat together before they've even kissed. The second they showed that, I was like, endgame. They're endgame. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's canon. It's canon already. Like, I didn't even need to see the rest of the episode. I was like, oh, they got a cat, it's canon. They got a cat, it's over. I want my room to be Willow friendly as they hold hands. Again, keep in mind, at this point, I'm thinking they're gonna play in my face still. They're gonna do all this shit, and then they're gonna be like, but it's not gay. And you're stupid. I'm crashing out so bad. Anyways, Oz returns. I said sick and twisted because I thought they were gonna kill him off. I thought I was convinced the whole time. I was like, Tara immediately feeling threatened and like sad and leaving, and like, everyone low-key knows what's going on. Everyone low-key. Well, there's a couple people that are oblivious, but like, could you all be more obvious to to everyone around you, I was so scared. I was like, please let no one be homophobic. I can't deal with it. I can't. I know it's the time. I was alive at that time. Like, I know, but can we not? Like, I could not deal with it. I was so anxious. I kept pausing the show like every 3 minutes. I was like, I can't do this. I was turning to Patricia, my roommate. I was like, I can't do this. I can't watch this happen. Like, I can't get pissed off. I kept looking at her going, I don't have the mental fortitude for them to piss me off like they're about to piss me off. And she's like, no, I know. I was like, okay. But I'm hitting play. Okay, more notes. Riley being judgy and Buffy being defensive because Riley doesn't know about Angel, so he has no place to diss Oz. That's a whole can of worms. I'm not even going to really touch on that yet. So this is a note I literally wrote. A time traveler who had it out for me specifically, clocked my tea for years, went back in time to rewrite Buffy, manufactured Oz and Willow to be my endgame, ripped them apart to torture me, then made it gay so I moved on, then brought him back, most certainly to kill me. I literally wrote, that's like line for line my notes that I wrote. I was like, a time traveler has it out for me, and this is why this is happening. There's no other explanation. This is manufactured to kill me. The lore around Oz having gone to Tibet makes a lot of sense for him. I was like, oh, okay. At first I was like, wait, is he just not a werewolf anymore? But then I was like, oh, I see. He's gaining control. He's like suppressing his inner werewolf. There's a lot of metaphor there for queerness, but okay. All right, we're going to move past that because there's much else to talk about. The whole scene with Oz and Tara, and she was super nervous and flighty, and like he was clocking it because it's not a normal response. And then realizing, like, I think he realized that, like, okay, hold on. Buffy is Willow's platonic friend. This is not how Buffy would react. Why is Tara acting like that? Something is up. Like, I was so anxious. I was like, please don't be homophobic. Please don't make Oz homophobic. I can't do this. Like, I actually can't do this. I'm going to read directly off my live note-taking because I don't want to miss anything. I said, so Willow actually told Buffy that she's bisexual. She obviously didn't use those words. She didn't use that label. Many don't in TV, especially not then, but that's what it is. And Buffy acted weird at first, but locked it in when she realized it wasn't about her. Willow admitted that she has feelings for Tara canonically, out loud, on Buffy the Vampire Slayer in like the year 2000. I wrote, this is the representation I always wanted, and I'm so mad that other TV shows made me feel like I needed to shame myself out of interpreting the writing of a story right in front of my eyes, right in front of my face. I have so much to say on this. I love that they didn't discount Oz's place in this. They articulated and held space for her identity. I can't believe they made this canon without making it like, oh, Oz was just like a phase on the path to becoming a lesbian, or Oz wasn't actually love. Like, this is real love. Like, they validated bisexuality. I literally can't fucking believe it. I actually can't believe it. Like, and at first I had such a pit in my stomach with the way Buffy was starting to act. I was like, don't be weird. Don't be weird. Now, I understand at this time it was weird for many people. Especially, when oftentimes for straight people, the first reaction is, how is this involving me, right? They kind of, the default is to make it about them. Like, uh-oh, like, does Willow like me? Has Willow had a crush on me? Like, because we've been close, and you start going through all this stuff. But thank God, like, within a 30 to 40 seconds, Buffy, like, moved on from that and was like, okay, wait, I'm here to support my friend. This is clearly not about me. I was so worried. The following notes are in all caps. Willow confessing to Tara. I'm screaming. I, again, had to pause the show multiple times. Oz saying Tara has Willow all over her. She smells like her, and she's wearing her sweater. Did they make out? So, like, here's the thing. I understand at the time they couldn't show them kissing. There was so much expert insinuation that, like, there were intimate moments after the scene cuts, like, off screen, because there is a confession scene, which is beautiful, mind you, and they go to hug each other, and then it, like, cuts, but then there's all this insinuation from Oz, like, wait a second, like, you're wearing her clothes, you smell like her, like, they did more than hug, y'all. They did more than hug. That was the insinuation, because they can't show it on TV, so, like, they're gonna insinuate it in other ways, and I'm like, wow, that was really expertly done. And again, worried that he was going to be weird. Oz wolfing out when he like exclaims, "Were you involved?" was the intensity of that moment was only broken by the fact that he then wolfs out into that hideous, heinous wolf suit and gets on all fours and starts flailing around. And of course I was in tears laughing because you guys know me by now. That shit's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, there's no way. I'm scream laughing at Oz on all fours in that suit. I can't breathe. It looks so funny. And then I go, no, stop torturing Oz to make him wolf out. So yeah, there's just all the side plot where they like capture Oz, and then Riley goes and saves Oz from his cell, and then Riley defects from the initiative. It's fucking crazy. And then he goes, "No, sir, I'm an anarchist." Fuck yeah, Riley, let's go. My man. I'm like, yes, I love Riley, you guys. I really do. He's really like becoming one of my favorites. And I was like, Buffy's gonna tell Riley about Angel. There's so much going on. And then I'm like, Willow triggers Oz's wolf. That's so sad because he did all this for her. There's so much there. Like, you're happy. I am. I can't explain it. I'm not well. I am not well. I'm not well. I kind of liked seeing Oz jealous. Like, he's so unflappable all of the time. It's really good to see, like, him crack a bit, which is kind of the pinnacle of this episode. The fact that Willow wrote him letters this whole time, like, I need to die. I need to die. Like, I'm all about Tara and Willow now, but Oz and Willow, like, they were each other's first loves. It's very special to me. The quote, "Some part of me will always be waiting for you." I was sobbing, y'all. I was in tears. In fact, let me insert a picture of what I looked like. Dead ass, that was happening. Like, I had to like keep a tissue on me because the tears coming out of my face, it was really serious. The score as they hug each other for the last time, that was such a beautiful scene. Like, I cannot say enough about how beautiful the scenes in this episode were. This is an episode I'm gonna go back and rewatch like pretty much immediately. It's so good. And I was like, oh, are they just gonna end it here? No, because she goes back to Tara with the candle and she lets her know that she chose her. Like, that's the person she loves. She is choosing Tara. She is going all in on this. They love each other. They've confessed. Let's fucking go. I was like, I can't believe it. I can't believe we got through a whole episode. They did not kill off Oz. We got closure with Oz. Oz is accepting, for the most part, of what's happening. Buffy knows. Willow is canonically bisexual and is in a relationship with the love of her life right now, Tara, and they're witches together. Like, I'm so sorry. I watched this during Pride Month. Do you understand what kind of emotional distress I was under? Positive? So much. My roommate Patricia made a really excellent point that I'm going to summarize briefly because I completely agree with it. And she was talking about how they brought Oz back to show, instead of defaulting on like compet of, oh, she's just with this woman because she lost the guy, the love of her life, but like she made an active choice to be with Tara. Tara is not default or second best or rebound. Like, they honored her past with Oz completely. They did not invalidate it in any way, shape, or form. But they're moving on in a healthy way that validates like everyone's sexualities and history. And like, I actually can't get over it still. I truly can't believe that I was able to experience this episode with 0 spoilers. I don't know how you all pulled that off. Congratulations, because I had no idea this was coming. I didn't even have a whiff of knowing this was coming. And I appreciate no one spoiling this for me. You know, I think part of the reason, upon reflecting on why I had so many mixed, very like high intensity emotions during the scenes where Tara and Willow were going canon, where I literally had to pause the show and take a breath for like 5 to 10 minutes because I was feeling a lot of rage. And it wasn't rage directed at Buffy the Vampire Slayer as a show. It was rage for the TV that I have consumed throughout the last 15 years, recently specifically too, between like Supernatural, 911, and some other things, where I was made to feel stupid for interpreting basic elements of story. And so much so that it's happened enough where I've trained myself to basically gaslight myself anytime I'm watching media into thinking, well, it can't be that because it's just not going to be, because I've been burned so many times before. And so when I realized that it was just happening, that the way that the story was unfolding, and I was right from the get-go, and I wasn't overreacting, and I wasn't reading into it too much or anything like that, or I wasn't making things gay that weren't gay, like, I was infuriated for being made to feel stupid by other shows. And I'm so glad that that didn't happen with this show. Now, granted, a lot of the things I'm referring to center on male pairings. And that's a whole other can of worms. There's a lot there. In some ways, for women, it's easier and harder in these spaces. I'm not going to get into that topic now. I've run out of time, quite frankly. But I had to take a long time to process this episode and all the emotions it brought up for me, good, bad, and everything in between. But ultimately, what a beautiful episode. And I'm very curious to see where this goes. Now that they're canon couple, holy moly, I have no idea what's going to happen. So I'm sure you'll be hearing from me. But thanks for going along this journey with me, because this was a doozy of an episode. And a lot of you were excited for me to get here, and I can see why.